Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to give you my review for the 2018 horror comedy The Hoard, which is essentially, it's like a mockumentary type horror comedy, and even though it's a 2018 film, it's just getting its release now. Now this is a film that is directed by Jesse Thomas Cook and Matt Wheel, and it stars Lisa Solberg, Tony Burgess, Barry Moore, Ry Barrett and Elmer Begovic, and it focuses on a group of filmmakers, reality TV stars, who for a living go around and deal with people that hoard. And you've all seen these programs on telly, where people hoard all this stuff in their house, and it gets to be a right tip. And they get told by the council they've got to sort it out, or otherwise they're going to be evicted, all this kind of stuff. Well, this crew of reality TV stars, that's what they do. They go to these hoarders, clear them out, sort of thing, and so they've got their own show. However, the twist to their show is they believe that people that hoard are usually, the houses are usually haunted really badly. So they've got a couple of like parapsychologists with them. There's a presenter who's like a interior designer as well. You've got like a psychiatrist part of the team, and you've got like some building guys that do all the building work and renovation stuff at these sites. So you've got this crew that go to this one site of this like ultimate hoarder, is called Merle, I think so, I can't remember what it's called, and he's got like 3 or 4 properties that he's been filling full of crap for years. And these guys have got to go in and sort this guy's out, sort his properties out, otherwise he's going to be evicted, he's going to lose all his properties, the town's going to take him over. So they go in there. However, things don't go according to plan. There's far more crap than they realised, and the team, weird things start happening to the team. They keep uncovering these weird things in the house, and so on and so forth, and slowly but surely the team gets more fractured. The horror elements start creeping in more and more and more, and they start uncovering some pretty sinister secrets in these houses. Right, okay, so that's the general gist of this movie. What are my thoughts on The Hoard? Well, it's always difficult with horror comedies because you've got to judge both the horror and the comedy. Now, the comedy, I've got to be honest, didn't really work for me here. I don't remember laughing, certainly not out loud. I might have done a smile to myself now and again. The humour just completely missed with me on this, and it's always the trouble with comedy, is it's subjective. What I might find funny and don't find funny, you might find hilarious. So don't judge the film too harshly on me saying that I didn't find it particularly funny, because you might. But the comedy missed the mark for me. You've got some people on the team being relatively serious, and you've got others who are just these really wacky characters that just seem totally out there. Do you know what I mean? And I'm more. It's the 2 parapsychologists. They just got really on my nerves, and I didn't find them funny. But and there's not enough that happens in this film for well over an hour. It's just this team kind of falling out, wading through crap, and very little really happens. It's the last 15-20 minutes where the horror elements start creeping in, and even though I thought the effects were pretty good and the horror elements were reasonably effective and fun to watch on screen, you did end up scratching your head thinking, how did this come about? I don't get it. Just because someone got some goo in the face from this thing that they opened in the house, they start becoming zombified. Okay, well, explain that to me then. And there was never really an explanation. It was all convenient plot devices. So it just didn't feel much of it made sense, and not enough happened for far too long in this film. And by the end, it goes down this weird, dark, gruesome route, and it didn't feel earned. For example, the psychiatrist in this reality TV show, it was a bit annoying, and he kept stealing stuff and selling them at the local pawn shops and all that kind of stuff. So he was a pretty despicable guy. But it's just that he starts going mad, you know, as the longer he's in these properties, he starts losing his mind and stuff, and you're just kind of thinking, why? There was no real reason, you know. Not that I could see, not really. He just started slowly losing his mind, so it was almost like, oh, we need to move on now. We need to get this going. Oh, so we'll do this. We'll write this. So yeah. A bit hit and miss this. I don't mind horror comedies, and they can work sometimes. They really can. Things like The Babysitter and is a good example of that. And the one I saw last year, and I can't remember the name of it now, where they go to that big fun fair, Horror Fest, is it, or Blood Fest? One of them. That worked pretty well. I have seen good examples of good horror comedy. And this, for me, the comedy doesn't work, and there's not enough horror. And the mockumentary style was okay, but nothing overly special. So I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 10. It's right down in the middle of the road territory. This, you might score it higher if the comedy hits with you, but for me, I think it's a bit bang average, unfortunately, this film. So that is my review for The Hoard. I hope you enjoyed it, and of course I shall see you next time on Screen Stars.